Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Soumya Narayan, and I'll be moderating your webinar today. XD Innovation is hosting the first of a five-part series. Today's focus is 3DEXPERIENCE platform for social collaboration geared towards SolidWorks users. The webinar will last 30 minutes with Q&A. Please use the chat utility to post your questions as we go along. Our speakers for today are Sufyan Ilamili and David Mann. Sufyan, please take it away.
Thank you, Soumya. This is Sufyan and David presenting today's webinar around 3DEXPERIENCE social collaboration. To get started, just to give a brief overview of XD Innovation and who we are. So XD Innovation is a digital transformation and Industry 4.0 expert consultancy firm. We are the Dassault partner, a platinum partner for Dassault, and we specialize and focus on 3D CAD, PLM, simulation, manufacturing, and cloud solutions for manufacturing and hardware product development markets, especially as it relates to the new tech market. We are a platinum partner status, and we're also proud to be the incumbent 2018 Cloud Partner of the Year for Dassault Systèmes. Not only is the XD Innovation a partner of Dassault Systèmes in terms of software and 3DEXPERIENCE, but we're also an authorized education center and a certification center for Dassault as well. So as Soumya mentioned, this is the first of a 5-webinar series centered around 3DEXPERIENCE on the cloud, and specifically for SolidWorks users and the small and medium business segment around the manufacturing market. So for today, we'll go over what is the 3DEXPERIENCE and specifically how does it relate to social collaboration in a product innovation environment. So today we'll show you how teams can collaborate together using some integrated social tools on the 3DEXPERIENCE to engage both internally and externally with customers, suppliers, and internal teams throughout the product development lifecycle. So just to get started really quickly into a very brief overview of the 3DEXPERIENCE platform. So the 3DEXPERIENCE platform is a unified digital platform that Dassault has built to house all of the different applications as it relates to the different brands and solutions that Dassault provides. So this is basically all of your 3D tools in the western side of this quadrant of the 3DEXPERIENCE with SolidWorks, but also with CATIA products, visualization and simulation on the southern quadrant of the 3DEXPERIENCE with both Delmia and Simulia for FEA, CFD, and manufacturing type simulations. XLEAD and NetVibes for information intelligence and search appliance, and we'll be able to show some of the search capabilities today within the 3DEXPERIENCE platform. And finally, the modern side of the platform, which is the PLM and product governance, product development governance. So basically, this platform unifies all of the different functions from design, engineering, manufacturing, and also outside of the company with suppliers and customers to establish a digital thread across the full process and eliminate silos. So today we'll concentrate on the very core aspects of 3DEXPERIENCE and what we call kind of the foundation business innovation apps. So with that, David.
Thanks, Sufyan. So this is David Mann with XD Innovation. So the 3DEXPERIENCE platform provides some basic business innovation applications. And these applications combine together to provide capabilities to our customers. The first thing that it really allows them to do is start an innovation process. It is a traceable innovation process where they can collaborate both internally and externally and connect all the different stakeholders into that innovation process. It of course allows our customers to share files securely on the cloud so that they're able to interact and move files from back and forth without having to use email, and also trace those files and understand who has access to them. And also collaborate in 3D. 3D is very important to the 3D Experience platform. Dassault Systems and XDI believe that using 3D helps people be more productive and better understand the data that they're looking at. And finally, in order to manage that appropriately, the platform has data-driven dashboards that allows managers to make the right decisions about the data. And that combines all of the files, the 3D, and the innovation processes into one common view that each user can set up for themselves. And we'll show that a little bit later.
Thank you, David. And please go ahead and tell us kind of just a summary of the capabilities that we'll go over today.
Sure. So today we're going to talk about the 3D experience, and starting out in the upper left-hand corner, you will see in that application a compass where you'll find all of the applications and services. So you can think about the 3D experience platform as an app store with different applications side of it, all in one platform. We'll also talk about enterprise collaboration. How do people interact in the enterprise? How can they exchange data, exchange ideas? We'll talk about the dashboards and go into how you would each user would create a dashboard to best suit their own content and their own role in the organization. We'll show you how you can view 3D data in the platform out of the box in a web browser. So any data that is 3D that is loaded into the platform, any user can go in and see, so long as they have the right access control for it. Document control, being able to share documents both inside the platform, but also integrating external sources like Dropbox. And then finally, probably one of the most important areas of the platform is the enterprise search. Really contributes to the productivity of engineers and project members to be able to search across all data across the platform. And finally, at the bottom, in terms of mobility, we'll also talk a little bit about being able to access the platform from any mobile device, whether it be a phone or an iPad.
That's great. Thank you, David. And, for the audience, we will walk you through a functional view of what we mean by all of these different aspects and show that in action. So the first aspect, as we discussed, is the secure login. And really, this is something that is an application inside of the 3D experience called 3D Passport. So 3D Passport allows customers to have single sign-on and a secure login anywhere in the world on mobile, web, and tablet. There are all kinds of mechanisms to incorporate in terms of audit, security, or even integration with internal email systems and single sign-on systems. The second piece of this is the 3D compass. So the 3D compass is what we keep referring here is the 3D compass. So really the 3D compass can be thought of as kind of an internal app store. So it's just like when you pick up your phone, and whether it's an Android or an iPhone, and you're downloading a few applications. So 3D compass is just like your app store. This is where all the users can access their roles and applications based on the types of licenses that they have been granted. This is also where administrators can invite people to the platform and grant them roles and applications to use as part of their responsibilities. In terms of team collaboration, and collaboration is a big aspect of the 3D Experience platform. Really, the core platform provides for a solution that can help customers create and participate in communities through the 3D Swim application. This is where customers can also create wikis, internal wikis for their teams. People can comment. They will get notified when there are new comments or there is new content that is being added to that community. And also integrated 3D messaging for users to basically message each other as they're collaborating to develop or iterate on a particular product. So this is an example of what we mean by creating communities. So this is a particular community that was created on the 3D Experience platform, where it has a purpose, it has some members, and members can ideate, post pictures, 3D models, videos, all kinds of content, and collaborate real time through community. There's also the idea of 3D Swim application that provides some social ideation capabilities. We'll show that shortly here. this is where teams can start an idea and mature that idea through a funnel that potentially can lead to a set of requirements that go into formal product development. And finally, like we discussed, the 3D messaging, as you can see here, is integrated inside of the 3D experience. So when team members or users on the platform message each other, they're messaging in context of a particular 3D model or document, and all of the interaction is saved into the platform for greater traceability. And we'll show this right here, and David will walk us through it. David?
Sure. So here we see Andreas logging into the system, and what he's going to do is he's going to go into his communities. He's looking around the various communities that he has, and he's going to create a new dashboard, and he's going to add swim to that dashboard. So now he's looking at the list of communities. So you can be involved in multiple communities in the platform. Here he's going to create a new one for a project that he's going to run around a video projector called the Beamy. So he creates the community. He can configure the community to be more personalized. He can add icons. He can also say whether he's going to allow people to post ideas or surveys or have a wiki, things like that. And he can configure the idea funnel to have the types of ideas that he wants to have. Now he's going to go in and he's going to add some users. So he can either directly add users, or users can request access to his community. There's of course different levels of security on the community, so they can be open, but they can also be private or protected. Here now, once he's in the community, he's going to ask for questions. He's going to have an idea. So he's going to say, here, I've got an idea about some things we need to do with our product, the Beamy, and post a comment saying, hey, let me know what you think about these ideas that's in this URL. You can also create surveys. So you can ask the people inside the community, what do they think about certain topics? And it keeps the results of these surveys and allows you to do some metrics on them. So he's going to drop in some media into that. He's going to select the type of answer that he's looking for. He's going to give a survey duration. So how long is it going to run? And then he's going to go in and he's actually going to respond to it for himself just to show what it looks like. So here he's participated in the survey. Now he's going to go look at his conversation. So he can chat directly in the platform with different people. So here he's going to chat with Omar. And then Omar's going to come in and he's going to see, this is Omar being logged in, and he's going to see that he was asked a question by Andreas. So what he's going to do is he's going to go in and try to respond to him and maybe give him a call or start a video call. So within the platform, we do have support for audio as well as a video chat between users. Sufyan.
Thank you, David. So moving on, the next very important aspect of the platform is the aspect of dashboarding your business through the application available on the 3DEXPERIENCE platform called 3D Dashboard. So 3D Dashboard allows users to create custom configurable dashboards that they can view internally, but they can also share within their teams. They can gather information from within the enterprise, whether that be engineering changes or tasks or other things that they would be following as potentially a product manager looking to gather some information via the web. So 3D Dashboard allows customers to collect data from inside and outside the company, use it to gain business insights, and also share it with other users. And we'll show you an illustration of that right now with David.
So here, Andreas is going to log in. He always starts with a login as it's a secured application. And he's going to go up. He's got several different tabs open in this dashboard. What he wants to do is create a new dashboard. So he's going to go in and click on Add Dashboard. You can create a dashboard either empty or from a template. So here he's just going to create an empty dashboard. He's going to give it a name. So an introduction. How do you create dashboards? So when you open it up, each dashboard has a set of tabs. So his initial tab, he's going to rename. Just going to call it tab 1. But you can name it anything you want, whether it be tasks or social media or anything else. So now he's looking in the compass. He wants to add some applications to that tab. So he's going to take 3D Swim. He's going to drag it over to the right. He's also going to add in a 3D Drive application into his dashboard. And he might add up some other applications like 3D Play. So here he's going to drag the 3D Play application in there. So each user can create their own configurable dashboards to be relevant to the type of work that they're doing, the type of information that they need to have. So he can lay it out, get it all up and ready in the configuration that he wants. And you see now that he can go in and create another tab. Let's say he wants to create another tab for the analytics on the SWIM community that he's running. So in addition to be able to communicate in SWIM, you can actually also have analytics on engagement and how the projects are running. So here he starts seeing some of the analytics that we have on the SWIM communities in its own dashboard. Now, he likes that view. So what he's going to do is he's actually going to share that with Omar. So you can either share it with Omar or you can share it with me and see, here's a dashboard that he was talking about. And that would send that dashboard link to Omar or to the person he wants to share it with. For example, here he's going to share it with me. And we would receive that dashboard with that view so that we can have a discussion. This is also a way to push dashboards to other users. Administrators can also create standard dashboards for the organization and push those dashboards to all users or users with a specific role. Sufyan, let's go on.
All right, thanks, David. So moving on to 3D. So 3D is inherent to the 3DEXPERIENCE platform. 3DEXPERIENCE platform, through this 3D Play application that you've been seeing, provides non-CAD users as well as CAD users. But I think the most important thing is we don't need to have a SolidWorks or CATIA or any other CAD license to use these functionalities inside of 3D Play. So 3D Play allows not only for customers to visualize their data in 3D, but also add annotations, measurements, explode geometry, and display SolidWorks tree structure in a web or mobile browser. And we'll just take a quick look at that with David.
So once again, we have Andreas logging in. And as he comes in, he wants to, he's got an initial dashboard set up where he's looking at a helicopter, but he's going to create a new dashboard and he's going to put in the 3D Play widget. Now, you don't have to create a dashboard every time, but for the demo, he was just showing that we can do that. And he's going to look up the Beamy. The Beamy, as I said, was a video projector. So here's the Beamy as being built up. As you can see, as it's being built up, all of the components are actually there. It's a 3D actual view of the product. It's not just an image. So he can use that, he can pan around, he can zoom in and out to different parts. He can look at the back of it. He can look at it from standard side views and things like that. So it allows you to change perspective or parallel depending on how you want to look at it, and various different rendering techniques. So for example, he could make it wireframe just to see what it looks like on the insides, and then put it back. Now, looking at this, he's also able to go in and see different aspects, so different points and different viewpoints in the data. And he can hide and show different components. So here he's going through and he's hiding a few components because he wants to be able to look through. So this is the actual 3D data. And then he's able to expand it out and blow it out at different assembly levels, so it's easier to inspect. Here he's going in and doing some measurements. This is all in the web interface, being able to go and do some web measurements in the for the 3D. You can also do slicing, so to get a better view inside, and you can combine that with things like annotations or other views, taking snapshots of views, and you can combine the slices as well. So he's going to remove that. Finally, he's going to go in and make a few annotations in here because, of course, when you've got 3D, there's people who are going to look at it. They want to review it. They also want to be able to say, hey, I see something that there's not right, or they want to make a comment on it. Well, instead of just making text comments, you can actually save your annotations in the 3D so that other people can see it. And you can share that amongst your team. So now you have the annotations built in. And we can go and we can page through those annotations so that people can, it's not just going in and randomly view it, they can see it the way in which you wanted to see it. And he can take this and share these annotations with various people. So once again, he's going to go back in, he's going to share this annotation with Omar. Maybe Omar has a design task to change the battery or the way in which the battery is working. So all of this can be done without a CAD tool and done in the web interface, either from a laptop, desktop, or, for example, from an iPad. Thanks.
Great. Thank you, David. So moving on is another functionality that is inherent to the 3DEXPERIENCE platform social collaboration services is document control and document sharing and secure file sharing across the cloud from any device anywhere. So we'll show you here in a second that with 3D Drive, users are able to either natively save their documents and share it on the 3DEXPERIENCE platform, but they can also do mashups with tools that they probably already use today, like Google Drive or Dropbox. And they can access those files natively, even on laptops, mobile devices, and tablets. So with that, we'll take a quick look with David.
Thanks, Sufyan. So when we go in and we take a look at the dashboards, he's got a 3D Drive dashboard pre-configured. He's going to go in and add in the drive itself. Close that down. You expand it out, or you can hit the maximize button. Maximize button will open it all the way up. Here you see he's got his 3DEXPERIENCE drives. So those are the ones linked directly to 3DEXPERIENCE. You can have multiple drives available, so you can have one for multiple platforms. You can also have your files from Dropbox linked in there, or Google, or from OneDrive. So when you want to connect up and you want to share data, let's say you want to share it in a swim community, you could just drag in data, for example, from your Google Drive. You don't have to go in and open up your laptop to do it or things like that. In addition, when we open up the, so he's going to add content into his My Files. So he's just dragging and dropping from his desktop into the social collaboration workspace. So he's added in a PowerPoint. And he can share that content either by link or publish it to a community, share it to groups. You can also just take that link, copy it, and paste it to other people. Now, if we go in and we look at Dropbox, he sees the things that are shared with XDI. And you can say that he's got social collaboration documents in his Dropbox folder. And that's the one that we see actually in the Dropbox folder over here in the Dropbox interface. So now if he removes it, of course, you go into 3D Drive, refresh the 3D Drive. It's of course not there because it's live connected to Dropbox. Now, if he wishes to upload files, he can click there and it will upload files directly into Dropbox for him. Same goes for Google Drive and for the 3DEXPERIENCE. And any of the files that are stored in this interface, you can drag and drop those into, for example, a swim post or into the 3D viewer to view them live. Thanks, Sufyan.
All right, and we save, I guess, best for last, the most, what we feel is the most important element also of the platform is the search capabilities are embedded into the platform with the 6W tags. A lot of the customers that we talk to say one of their pain points is just not being able to find the relevant, the right information at the right time. So the 3DEXPERIENCE offers an application called 3D Search, which is inherent into the platform, that allows for customers to search across all apps, across all platforms, and really search the metadata. Every object in the database, in the 3DEXPERIENCE platform, whether that's a discussion, document, CAD file, has some metadata that can be searched inherently inside of the platform using tagging technology. And let's take a look at that with David. All right.
So the search capability is one of those things that you'll see at the top of the screen. It is in every part of the app up here in the search. And you can search, as Sufyan said, across all of the metadata, but also, for example, let's say you have a drawing or a PDF file with text in it. It actually searches across the text and does introspection into those documents. It also tags the content with different tags. So here he said he's interested in the physical products, which are 3D representations made by myself. So I'm the one responsible for those things. So he can filter it down very easily to get to specific data. He could also check by modification date or other things. And then he can add a favorite search, so that if that's a search that he's going to be doing fairly often, he can add that in so that it's easy to find again. So when I go down here, he sees his favorite searches and he can just bring up his favorite searches. Here's the Beamy 2 quick search. So if he opens that up, it automatically does the search for him. And those tags have a lot of power to them. You can do the different types of who, when, where, why, or how. You can also add a tag, so the things that are in that result text, you can say, okay, just create a tag for that. So it allows you to navigate the data very, very quickly. So we go back to the basic Beamy search results. So you got 117 results. He could go down and say, okay, show me the things in the Beamy Fast Find search. So we save that and it comes back up very quickly. Now, the search itself is also quite useful for several different other things that you can do with it. Here we look at, by the way, you see the communities. It also searches all your communities. You can look at the different data and where the data is coming from and have metrics across any of them. So for example, color coding or charts, we can look at the different types that they have. And we can also color code based on the subtypes. We can look at it and get some charts and some statistics on it. This is all live with the data in the system in the view that you've got your results. So this would be over the 93 results you have on the right-hand side. You can sort it, you can graph it. That way it's much easier to drill down into the data. For example, to see where the latest released version is, or to see what parts has Omar been working on this week. So the search really answers a lot of the questions in terms of business intelligence inside the platform. Sufyan?
Great. All right, and finally, as we discussed early on in this presentation, 3DEXPERIENCE is available on the web, on tablet, and on mobile devices. In fact, there are a few applications that are available natively, whether that is on the iOS platform or the Android platform or the Microsoft platform via these app stores. So definitely 3DEXPERIENCE supports mobility and working anywhere, anytime in the world. So just to recap what we discussed today here in terms of social and collaboration capabilities that are available inherently in the 3DEXPERIENCE platform. Number one is the secure login, accessing all of the applications through the 3D Compass. Number two is the enterprise collaboration with the idea of SWIM communities, ideation, surveys, and integrated messaging. Number three was the idea of dashboards and how individual users can create a dashboard, or companies can create dashboards that can be uniform across their internal or even external users. Number four was the 3D web viewing that is inherent both on the web and on mobile, where users can do more than just web viewing, but the different functionalities that you've seen David present here today. Number five was the document control and how documents can be securely stored and shared within the platform for internal users, but also the ability to generate these unique links that can be shared outside of the organization for secure access. And finally, the enterprise search, which allows users to find relevant information very quickly, to find it, dashboard it, graph it, and just be more productive finding information. A lot of the customers we find have a lot of issues around redesign of parts, and this solves that, at least that one problem. And the idea of 3DEXPERIENCE being available on mobile, web, and tablets. And with that, I think we have a couple of minutes just to take a couple of questions, and then we can close the first webinar. Again, this is the first one of 5 series webinars. As you've seen here today, we haven't touched on a lot of CAD components of the platform. And on the next ones, we'll start talking about how SolidWorks starts to interact with the platform on change management, bill of materials, and such. So with that, Soumya, do we have any questions from the audience?
Yes, we do. So the first one is, can it replace SolidWorks EPDM, or is EPDM still needed? Does it have the same capabilities and functions as EPDM?
So I'll take that one. Yes, so SolidWorks is a Dassault product, and it can connect directly into the 3DEXPERIENCE platform. We're going to show that in one of the upcoming webinars, probably I think it's the next one actually, where we're going to go into how SolidWorks users interact directly into that.
Awesome. So the next one, David, is your cloud secure?
Yeah. So the cloud is very, very secure in the sense that it is hosted in professional data centers where nobody has physical access to the machines. Inside the platform itself, even though it is a multi-tenant application on the Dassault cloud, it is a completely secured environment protected by the 3D passport, as you saw. In addition, inside your workspace, different users will have different permissions, and you can control that by project or by user or by space. And we'll go into that a little bit more in depth in the following on webinars as well.
Okay, so we have the next question is, does the 3DEXPERIENCE platform have the ability to create supplier portals?
Yes, so the concept of a supplier portal, we can of course export the data out of the platform, but the more useful methodologies is basically to create a space, maybe a dashboard or a workspace or a swim community, where you're going to be interacting with your suppliers or with your customers. So in the use case where you're doing some design and you have a subcontractor who is working on a part of your product, you can hand him the idea in terms of posting it into a swim community that you have dedicated to that supplier, discuss with him on the requirements for that part, maybe post in some 3D data, for example, the context in which he's going to be doing his design, or talk about any simulation type of results that you would be expecting from him. All of that would be then delivered to the supplier in the community. He would do his work, and then he would post his results back up into that swim community for review and comment by the team. And since swim communities are part of the platform, if he's uploading 3D data, you can manipulate the 3D data as you saw in the platform, or look at his simulation results in the same way.
We have time for just one last question. Is the ideation funnel configurable?
Yeah, so we saw early in the webinar about the ideation funnel where people can create ideas. And for each community, you can create a specific ideation funnel and say that it's either got 3 steps or 5 steps, however many steps you want to have in that funnel and the maturity model of those ideas. And you can track the different ideas that you have across that funnel. And that, like I said, that part is configurable, which steps there are and what the criteria are to move between the different stages of the funnel. And then once an idea arrives at the final maturity level in the funnel, it's also possible to take that idea and automatically convert it into a formal requirement, an engineering requirement for engineers that are using the platform to do their design. And we'll cover that a little bit later. I think it's in the third or fourth presentation webinar. So you can look forward to that.
Thanks, David. With that, we'll be ending our webinar today. If you need to reach XD Innovation, please email us or visit us at www.xdinnovation.com, or you can call us. We will keep you informed about the next upcoming webinar shortly. Thank you so much for your time, and have a good rest of the day.